Hello, it's good to be here. My name is Hans Kim, and it's December 25th, 2021, the one and only Christmas Day. And I'm streaming, I hope. Usually, sometimes there's two buttons I have to press, but this time I only had to press one, so I'm kind of nervous that this isn't even doing anything, so I'll start recording. Now that I know that things are happening, I can actually get down into the nitty-gritty of this broadcast. This is not my van. I am broadcasting live from a home in Austin, Texas, the home of a man who is very, very esteemed and powerful in the comedy community, whose name I probably shouldn't say. I've been enjoying my time here. It's been a very lovely, lovely home that I've been able to house sit and look after the dog in, which is somewhere. I guess I'm not doing a very good job of looking after the dog. But yeah, this is my kitchen. This is the kitchen in the van. This is no, just kidding. What's the hit list look like this past week? So, first person I'm probably gonna murder is my good friend Riley Gilmore, because he flaked on Catan sessions a couple times last week. I don't understand NFTs. They just seem like captchas. Why don't you just invest in captchas? But honestly, it's not Riley Gilmore's fault, because I've been hanging out with a little man. I mean, I shouldn't say that. I've been hanging out with a big man on campus a lot, and it's kind of gotten in the way, and I've been hanging out with him till like midnight, 1 a.m. It's pretty crazy hanging out with the big man, because he's just such a huge star in a way that's unfathomable to the normal human mind. We went to this place that we go to, or he goes to, or that I sometimes go to, that he sometimes goes to. A lot of different places that we all go to sometimes, but this one place in particular we were at this one time, and some guy comes up to him and is like, "Hey, can I get a little, can I get a..." And then the security guy had to step in, and it's like, damn, I wish I could have enough money so I could just get out of awkward exchanges. Just be like, sidestep you hoes. Hans, how do you think Red Bar will react to you calling Joe a little man? I don't have a shotgun. Is Hans sleep talking again? This is how I talk, man. If you need a Blues Clues host, then you can go find a Blues Clues host. I'm not hanging with Ari. Ari was here. I saw him, and then he recorded the podcast with Joe. And I mean, I guess I do have a very slow way of talking. The big man, he is very, very big, and he gives me lots and lots of favors. He treats his people well, and let's just say that I've been opening for him recently. I think I'm allowed to say that. I'm just so nervous because I don't want to say the wrong thing. But Merry Cripmas for all the Crips out there. You know, holla at your boy in the house, 50210 or whatever. I'm in someone's kitchen because I'm recording and I'm having fun and living the life. This is Hans Kim coming to you live from someone's kitchen. I am not high. My eyes are open. I am not tired. This is just how I talk. Welcome to the podcast. Is that what you want? You want noises? Oh, I went to the mall the other day. The mall is so great. I love the mall. When I was at the mall, I was very emotional. I was like, but then I got really angry because there was a dude there who was challenging me to a fight to sleep with his girlfriend. Oh, I am a man and I will fight you, I said. And then we fought, and I was victorious. Victory! Surging through my body, testosterone. This is what you guys want. This is what I think that you guys would like. Um, and then, yo, bro, this chick, she was so fucking hot, dude. She had like nice tits, and when I was sucking on her tits, she accidentally squirted on my torso, and then I was like, oh, gross, dude. I got jizz on my torso. And then I accidentally came, and then turns out it was a dude. Um, yeah, I mean, I'm having a great time. You, the man, Hans, the shoulders back and balls out. Uh, can you do an impression of a bland white guy? Okay. Hey guys, so I'm I'm really nervous about how people want to change things. I just kind of want everything to stay the same, and I just want to distract myself with buying things and concerts and going to restaurants. And I just don't understand why people just want to change things all the time. Things are so great for me. Why would you want to change things? I mean, don't you just want to feel pleasure and comfort your whole life and then die? Aren't you just like cattle that's just meant to feel pleasurable emotions and safety for the whole time, and then you die? Isn't that what we all want? Don't we not want to actually do anything with our lives but just be comfortable the whole time? I don't know why everyone is so angry. It's kind of getting me angry, but in a way that won't make anything different. I want to be angry in a way that'll make everything the same. I'm so white. I'm so white. I'm white all the time. Sometimes when I'm white, I accidentally put too much mayonnaise on my sandwich, which is fine because it makes it more white like me. I'm white all the time. I love whites, and the whites love me. I'm pretty white as an Asian man. Asians are the closest to whiteness you can get. The good thing about being Asian is that we have the minority street cred with the white person bank account. It's the best of both worlds. Um, I love UFOs. I wish they were real. I don't know what A is. UAP, unidentified astrological panzer sex. But yeah, front butts are in for Christmas. Front butts. You mean a fupa? But I wish they were real, but it's just like, why waste time thinking about it? It's like, it's not going to manifest because we think about it more. And they don't want to talk to us if they do exist. So it's like, hey, let's not think about it. They don't want us to think about them. So let's just focus on ourselves. There's enough problems that we have to fix and stuff. Aerial phenomena, undefined aerial phenomenons. Okay. UFOs are great. I wish they were real. I mean, we all want a man in the sky to help us and fix all our problems. Hans must get on the TRT. I would love to inject some TRT. I'm not an athlete. I'm not getting dope tested. Shoot me up. Give me all the best things. Make my body the body of a Greek god. Fuck me up, dog. I want it. Why are we acting like doing steroids is a bad thing? I mean, if you overdo it, anything is bad. But something that'll make you stronger and more awesome, yes, please. Can I get more of that inside my balls? I love drugs, and I think drugs are very powerful, and we should utilize them more. But we don't, because the purpose of society isn't to maximize the potential of each individual, but to make sure that we are not going to change anything and fuck shit up for the people up top. So we are purposely made to be useless and not really changing things and stuff. I got a new light, so now I'm really white. Hey guys, you guys want to play pickleball? Hey guys, you guys ever seen Django Unchained? I love that movie. I'm house sitting for somebody, so that's just what I did. I'm just house sitting. I move out soonish, and then I go to the other house that I'm house sitting. Uh, where are you from originally? I was born in a city in the East Coast near New York City, but not quite New York. I don't want to say. Should I say where I'm from? Because uh, can't you steal my identity? If I tell you what city I'm from, RDK, but my social security number starts with a 10. Um, so yeah, I mean, Jasmine, I hope you're a woman. If you got to move into a van soon, I would recommend it. Vans are the way to go. I've been thinking of doing it more. Houses are good because then I can podcast whenever I want. I don't have to be parked in a specific location. But houses are bad because they make you work for it. They are time sinks. And if you want to live in a house, you're going to spend most of your time not in a house. You're going to spend most of your time working to make sure you can live in a house. So you have never lived in Korea then. I lived in Korea for a month. So is it a contest? I think a lot of people, when they meet a foreigner, they don't want them to have lived anywhere else. They don't want there to be another side to them. They want to be like, oh, this side that I'm seeing is all there is. I don't have to get to know another side of you. Otherwise, that'd be too complicated, and I would have to think of you in a way that's different than everyone else that I think of. But I mean, I do have a very deep Asian side that most people never get to see because I don't speak Korean to people who don't understand it. But also, I hope that my Asian side comes out in my Western side and that it all combines into one great Asian American. Jasmine is not a woman. Jasmine, you fucking gender baiting whore of a cunt. Hopefully I can say cunt. But yeah, I mean, obviously it's a dude. Dudes are equipped for van life. They have not as many holes that need protecting. They have 2 or 3 holes. I'm not high, Zeke89. That's going to be my new intro for this podcast. Is I'm not high, I'm not tired, my eyes are open. This is my podcast. Please stop asking. I'm not high. I wish I was high, but it fucks up my throat, so I've been taking some time off. I just had American Chinese food for dinner, like a Christmas story. Are you Jewish, Chris Young? Oh, someone doesn't like my wokeness. Completely unbearable. I mean, do you want to just be an animal and just be primitive and just enjoy the conserving the society that you live in, or do you want to make something better? I would love the van like Steve-O and Tom Green. And then I could have a studio in my van, which I kind of do already. I mean, I have this thing and my laptop and all that. I call the Dynavab as badass. Oh no, do you own any guns? No, I really want a gun, but it's really hard to get a gun in Texas if you don't have a Texas license. So I'm thinking of getting a Texas license just so I can get a fucking PP Walter K 4492 or whatever. Tejas. What's your personal pronoun? My personal pronoun is chinkaroni and gook. William has a great joke about that, which I don't think has come out yet. Yeah, but I thought it's Texas, I should be able to get a gun, but apparently I have to be a resident here. I can't just buy a gun here. If comedy doesn't work, would you consider a career in software engineering? Considering that I have no experience in that field and I'd have to start from scratch, I would probably not do software engineering. I would probably try to build something artistic or, I don't know, do something. podcast related. When is Swiggy coming back to kill Tony? He hasn't been pulled up yet, so I don't know. Hopefully he gets pulled up soon. So, it is a Laughing Skull shirt I'm wearing. Go Korean Island, boy. It's called Jeju Island. Jeju-do. Laughing Skull Comedy Festival 2018. Back in the day. Go Korean Island. So yeah, I love my van. I love everything about it. I love all the things that come with it. I love the freedom. I love the sex. I love the other things. I think that it's great that we live in a society, and I think that the bigger the society, the better, and the more stuff in it, the better that it'll be. Still no van tour? Or what? Still no van tour with a KNOW. Are you doing text to speech? Yeah, I mean, I should do one really quick and easy. I think the Island Boy phenomenon is just a complete surrender of the logical mind to go deep into our subconscious and our feelings. And just sort of, hey, whoa, I'm here, Island Boy, whoa, I'm just feeling, I'm not thinking at all, because thinking is too hard and it doesn't do anything. We have a society that just feels and doesn't think, and then we don't do anything because feeling is not a good foundation for doing. I do yoga, and I don't think that it was meant as a compliment. Oh my God. I need to... No, the other way. Fix my neck. Okay, that looks a little even. I just think that we shouldn't just delve into our subconscious, and because if we do, it looks ugly and weird and it's not good enough. It's shallow and boring. We need to think, and those people don't think. They just feel. Hey man, that's kind of harshing my mellow, dude. Why do you gotta be like that? Why do you gotta like say things that are like weird? Like why can't you just say things that are good? And then we can all feel good all the time, even though our economic material conditions are not improving. We just gotta change how we feel, and then we won't have to do any revolution. Lazy. Maybe revolution is necessary, and maybe we should do it. There's kind of the underdog now, though. I reckon they are. There's not hurting anyone. They're focusing people to ask hard questions on their values. Yeah, by doing nothing. Like, I could do that. I could just, like, lay on the ground, and that would force people to think about their values and who they are as a person. Have you thought about doing a weekly podcast with a co-host? If so, who? I love doing it by myself, and you guys are the co-host. The people. The power of the people. What kind of revolution? Hopefully a dance kind of revolution. Hopefully a bloodless, violentless revolution like the one that happened in 89/90. You'd sub to my OnlyFans? That's cool. Harness the power of meth, start a revolution. I think meth is, it's fine if you want to do it. I'm not in a van because I had this guy give me a house for free for a week, so I said yes. Actually, it wasn't free. He paid me to live here. So this is my job, is to live in a house. And if you don't respect me for working hard for the capitalist economy, then you're not a good American. I'm doing this for America. I'm living in this house because it is my responsibility. I must live in a house so that we can function as an economy and you can get your Pizza Hut delivered on time. I love the Island Boys. I love the island girls. I love the island transgenders. And I love everybody except for the goddamn conservatives who are slowly turning the tacos into something that is an abomination upon this earth. I do have a 16K bank account right now. I spent a lot. I do think an economic crash is inevitable. That's what Tim Dillon said on the Joe Rogan podcast. I think that eventually we are going to run out of shit because we're just making shit for no reason and it's just empty and whatever. Conservatives are... Hey man, I'm joking. What, you can't even take a joke? What are you, a snowflake, a liberal? Man, I thought conservatives were cool, but they can't even take a joke. It's like they're conservative snowflakes or something. That's the thing. If you're all about the joke, then you just gotta take the joke all the time. Everything's a joke. Nothing serious. You can't say anything serious. Yeah, it's just a hilarious joke. We are about to have trench warfare with Russia. More like nuclear warfare with Russia. Trenches? What's a trench gonna do against a nuke? How deep of a trench do you need to dig? You gotta have like a fucking 17-story trench to survive a nuke. Probably not even that. So 16K is good. I love having 16K. I think it's good to have that. Send the tacos to Russia to pacify them. Yeah. All the way from East Africa. Holy shit. I don't even know what's over there. How would global nuclear warfare affect global warming? Nuclear warfare would affect global warming like this. Well, I just said we're all gonna die this winter, man. Hey, man, we're all gonna die this winter. Oh, hey, man, we're all gonna die this winter. We're all gonna die this winter. I think that, I think the gun is just nice to have. I don't know if it's the most useful thing to have, but it's nice to have. Just so that I don't have to die. I can fight back. Hey guys, I'm Biden. And suicide rate, and how do you feel about it? Why has South Korea overtaken Japan in suicide rate? And how do you feel about it? I feel like this about it. Oh, well, what are you going to do? I think South Korea and Japan are currently under a model of like work is going to set you free. And it's unhealthy, and it's just like it's not a very deep, meaningful connection to your life, and we don't have a very good, useful role for people other than industrial cattle. They're just crop, and people don't like that, and they see that they're not that worthy for the things that they actually value in themselves, which is their emotions and feelings and creativity and imagination. And so they're like, well, if I don't matter to these people, then they won't matter when I'm gone. And then they kill themselves. And then it's sad because people that actually do love them are like, fuck, they killed themselves. I really was relying on them to not fucking do that. And then they get all sad. Then they kill themselves. It's like a thing. It happens over and over again. So yeah, I mean, I think it's we need to have a more nuanced, complex idea of what a human is, and then that will manifest into how we treat people as not just economic cattle, and it's not just button-pushing manual laborers, but an actual important, emotional, beautiful being, and then people will feel more valued. And then they will contribute more to the economy with their creativity and their inventions and things that they contribute, like music or songs or other things. So yeah, I mean, we need to stop looking at people as fucking whatever, button pushing, pencil pushing, paper submitting people. And we need to start looking at people differently. And for that to happen, we need to not be so focused on money. The economy should work for us. We shouldn't work for the economy. The whole purpose of the economy is to make our lives better. And if the economy is to serve that purpose, what is the point of that? Why are we sacrificing our lives for the economy? The economy is just an abstract concept. We are what matters, and we are what changes the world. We are the most sentient beings in the universe that we know of, and we should take care of ourselves. What do you think about the concept of lying flat? Have you ever heard of the concept of lying flat? This thing in China where they're just like not trying to do anything. They're just, or Japan, where they're just trying to be like whatever. How tight is the leash Tony keeps on regulars? Is he going to punish you for calling Joe Rogan the little man? I don't know why I called Joe Rogan the little man. I think I was just like riffing. I don't mean to call him the little man, but I did call him the big man a bunch of times. I think lying flat is good, but also not good because you shouldn't contribute to an economy that's not that useful and isn't really doing anything, but you also shouldn't do nothing with your life. Instead of doing negative harm, I guess it's good to do nothing, but ideally you want to do positiveness. So I would just say find something that you enjoy doing and do it, no matter how useless you think it is, because it's better than harming the environment and destroying rainforests, which a lot of people take a lot of value from. So as long as you're not harming the world, like it's a positive, even if all you're doing is making little keychains. At least you're doing something positive. So just have some perspective and be like, I might not be doing much, but at least I'm not harming the world, and that makes me better than 99% of people or whatever. Just found it. I'm Asian and trying stand up. Advice? I would say as an Asian doing stand up, just quit, because I've already got it covered, bro. No need to have more than one Asian in the game. The most important thing about an Asian doing stand-up is to have deference and respect for me, your elder, in stand-up, and to also never succeed so that I am the only one and I have market domination and job security. As an Asian doing stand-up comedy, I would say that your role is to pave the way for me. As an Asian doing stand-up comedy, I think that you could do hacky Asian jokes. I love doing those. I kind of got that market cornered. So I think Asians doing stand-up comedy, just try to be honest, say the most vulnerable, embarrassing thing you can think of, because it's going to come out anyways. You might as well practice having that out there. And I would say that as a stand-up, do a lot of sets and just go out there and don't take bombs personally. Don't take bombs personally. It's just practice, learn and improve, and be ready to change things about yourself that you weren't ready to, and also preserve the things that need to be preserved. And it's just an art form, and you are great, and just express yourself and get better every day, and then eventually you'll be skilled and proficient in the art, and that will feel good. Don't take bombs personally, but also don't be so aloof and detached from your sets that you don't learn anything from it. How many sets before you get even kind of good? Well, some people can be funny and really good right away, and then it's all about percentage. Like sometimes you're the best person at the show, sometimes you're not, and it's like, how many times are you the best person on the show? How many times are you funny? How many times are you good? And it's all about upping that percentage and getting better and better. And it's also like getting higher kill rates of times you do well on stage, and also how high you can fly, like how hard you can kill. That also increases. So it really depends on the person. Some people are very consistently average, and some people are inconsistently amazing, high and low lows. And I think that like it depends on your style, and you should be trying for everything. You should be so whatever. I hope everything worked out. I don't know what happened. Should we invade North Korea? That is a dream. I wish that we could record. I wish we could invade North Korea because they are whatever. And I wish we could liberate it, but it's like the people gotta want it, and it's also like, I don't know, whatever. Something's gotta happen over there. I wish that we could reunite with North Korea. It is a scar on the in the psyche of all Koreans, is that we're divided, and we're only half as powerful as we could be. We should be united, and division is not something that we should get used to or be satisfied with. We should fight for the unification of Korea, because Korea would be great. Korea is divided because of USA mostly. I don't know how I feel about that. I mean, on the one hand, Korea was used as a fucking, proxy war for Russia and China, or Russia and America. So I'm not really thrilled about that. But then it's like, if Russia didn't support Kim Il Sung, and if America didn't support Pak Jong, or whatever, the general, whatever, the series of generals that we had, then it wouldn't have been so crazy. So I don't know. It's good that South Korea exists because it's doing well and it's not under North Korea. But maybe if we were under North Korea, we would have been able to sway the ship and make it awesome. But I don't know. It's not a good thing that foreign powers decided to split Korea in half to fight their Cold War against each other. It's not something that should have happened, and I hope one day that Korea is totally, completely free of all outside influences meddling around. And I resent the years of dictatorship that Korea had to go through to gain what it has now. And the blood of the martyrs of Korea have watered the soil and created a very powerful country that is very protest skilled. And I think I support the student protesters of yonder years, or whatever. For the past weeks, I've been just chilling, maxing out, and just really sleeping a lot. I've been doing a lot of comedy. I've been resting and all that, because they decided which form of government they wanted. The country did split because they decided which form of government they wanted. I think the country split because America and Russia went in there and was like, no, we're going to have this part. You guys have that part. I don't think it was a choice by the Koreans, which is sad, but maybe next time. Korean to Japanese. I mean, Korea was getting fucked by Japan, and it was very unpleasant. Hanging out in the Marble Mansion. This is such a nice house, and I love it. And thank you to the guy who owns it for letting me stay here. Oh, shit. It's hard to be symmetrical because it's all like fucking weird. It's like my left hand. Whatever. Do I believe in magic mushrooms? I mean, I believe they exist. I've consumed multiple capsules of them and stems of them multiple times, so I'm sure that they exist, and they've changed my brain indelibly. So yes, I'm sure that they exist. I think they're a wonderful tool, and I would love to use this tool again in a very short amount of time. Because some Koreans and power hungry. That's why. I mean, Abel Fable, I don't know how much you know about Korea. I don't know that much, so I'm just going to let the experts handle Korea, and I'll just handle these big guns. I love mushrooms. I think they're great. It's hard to talk about them. What do I say about them? They're great. I love doing them. They make me feel different. They make me look at the world different. Mushrooms are great. South Korea seems to have become an outsized economic power that may not have happened without such strong allies invested in the proxy war. They also established a dictator who ruled with an iron fist and squashed any dissent. And South Korea only became more rich than North Korea in the 70s and 80s. So a lot of bad shit happened in Korea, and it's a place with a lot of I would say trauma, being split in half, families divided, and all that. I kind of have a six-pack, but I don't like showing it off because I have to show off my skinny little waist to show off my six-pack. Pak Jong-hee, what's your favorite Kill Tony memory? Probably kissing Stormy, because I really love Stormy. Which city have you enjoyed living in the most, and why? Probably Austin, motherfucking Texas, because I met Joe Rogan and opened up for him, and then became a Kill Tony regular and ate a lot of good barbecue and drink for free. And just had a really, really great time overall in Austin, Texas. So yeah, I fucking love Austin. The city has been the best to me. I was in New York 3 years, grinding my ass off in the subway, in the fucking dirty streets, living in a van right on fucking 21st Street. And what do I have to show for it? Those people didn't respect me. They didn't like me. They're all compromised. All they do is kiss each other's asses and try to get on shows. Fuck you. I come to Austin in 6 months. I'm already opening up for Joe Rogan. Fuck New York. All the old entrenched powers are bullshit. They just want people who will make them feel good, whether it's they're hot and they want to hang around them, or they like to be like, oh, I'm the one that discovered this guy, or he's like some douchebag that you like wish that you look like, so you book him. Fuck New York. New York is not a good place for comedy because they squish talent. They make you work hard for no reason, and they never reward you, and it's not a meritocracy. Fuck New York. LA was a little nicer to me, but I was only there 2 or 3 months, so I didn't really get a feel for that place or how they would receive me. And I think that a lot of that is the same over there, but I think LA is a little better than New York. New York is all about favoritism and kissing ass, and I really grew to resent that place. But it was an amazing place, and I loved it, and I loved being in that scene. Amazing comedians, some of the funniest, all were attracted there. And if we can do that in New York, if all those people are attracted to New York, then we can just do that little thing in Austin and just be like, new place, a new rendezvous. S'il vous plaît, aquí, por favor. Austin, not fucking New York, where people have already established the infrastructure and don't want to change their shit. I would rather hang out with people who have a new infrastructure set up and aren't just like old bittered comics who have worked years to be able to book people, and then they use that power to get drugs or sex or anything else besides getting funnier. Okay, for Christmas, all I want is for Hans to open his eyes. Merry fucking Christmas! It's the holidays time, and my eyes are open to the horrors of our economy. If you love mushrooms, Hans, invest in BWVI. I'm not going to invest in stuff. What's your favorite comedian at the moment? My favorite comedian at the moment is probably... God damn it. I don't know. That's a tough one. I haven't been listening to a lot of comedy recently. It's hard to put myself in that situation because I'm like, oh, this guy's talking to an audience. And he's talking to them like this. Oh, fuck. What would I do in that situation? Oh, I would probably go like this. And it's just a lot of mental stress. And instead, I would rather watch StarCraft 2, watching 2 Korean stallions battle intellectually to find out who has the higher APM and the most strategic tactical mind. So I haven't been listening to a lot of comedy recently. I love Mark Normand. I love good joke writers. I love Joe Rogan. He's always been my favorite. I'm not just saying that. I've always loved the big man. Big man on campus. Why does my neck not look straight? How do I get this? Anyways. When is the next 6th Street Blues? I'll try to do it. It's just such a pain in the ass. I have to open myself up to these animals and then edit it and then watch me open myself up to animals, and it's just a lot of work. Watching people do stand-up comedy is like watching someone have sex with your girlfriend. You're like, oh, look at this guy having sex with her in that position. I should try that position. Oh, look, he's like doing that thing. I should try doing that thing. Oh, look, I never make the audience sound like that. How come he can make the audience sound like that, but I can't? I must have a tiny little comedy skill cock. I must have a tiny comedy cock. I need to go more towards that. I want to watch the Louis C.K. special, but I have to watch it for free. Sorry, I was trying to fix my neck. It's hard because this is like all reversed and shit. Is that scoliosis? I'm a chiropractor. Yeah, trying to fix my shit. Why the long face? I've always got a long face because I got a big old jaw. How did you pirate Louis special? Is it streaming? I don't want to torrent it, but I'll torrent it on my phone. I just don't want to get caught doing shit. What's your SC2 APM? Probably like 120 right now. I played a couple games and it's fun. It's devastating when you lose, but it's pretty fun when you win. It's just so weird because someone has to lose for someone else. It's a zero-sum game. One person gets all the emotional awesomeness and the other person gets none of it. So it's just difficult to do because, you know, someone's feeling shitty or maybe you're the one that's feeling shitty. So it's just weird. It's StarCraft 2 is like different too because it's like you're stupid if you lose. The other person beat you mentally. So you're delving deep into people's heads and stuff. So it's not just like losing a game of I Spy. It's like you're dumb. That you're dumber than this guy. So it's just hard to play without getting your feelings hurt. And that's when I get mad and I go like this. Oh, I wanted to win and I didn't and I feel bad. What's your favorite orifice? Probably the vagina. I love it. The asshole, it's like really tight around the ring. And then once you go in there, it's like the halls of Moria is like so empty and cavernous. But the vagina is like so yeah, sorry to be boring. Maybe the nostril's a good orifice. F10N, as fast as you can and forget. Yeah, just play another game and leave on a high note. How's the serenade going with Christina Mariani? Christina Mariani, we were going to play Catan, but it never happened, so I'll just have to keep at it. I'll have to keep inviting her. It's just weird right now because the coronavirus cases are off the charts. It's bonkers out here. It's that time of year, you know, where we gotta be careful and shit. Look at that shit. Boop. So right now I'm trying to quarantine. I didn't quarantine here. July, June, May, right around here. Whoop. And then right here. I was quarantining up to here, and then I came back to society. Here I was in LA. Here I was in the desert. Here I was in society. And now we're here. So I'm trying not to meet people. I talk to them. That's why this streaming thing is awesome. I might go do a podcast later with Gary Faust and Gina Hyena. But that remains to be seen. That wasn't a crypto chart. That was a coronavirus chart. And that's what I'm invested in. While you guys are investing in crypto, I'm investing in coronavirus. And let's just say the numbers keep going up. It's a bull market. Bear market. A bull market. I wish I could invest in coronavirus. It's a surefire strategy. So I really enjoyed the holidays. My favorite part was yesterday. I went over to Gary Faust's house, the Faust house, and got a tour. Got to hold some of his guns. Held his AR-15, the classic American AR-15, and held his revolver. Held Eli Halpern's Glock or whatever. You could invest in vaccine companies or short airlines. Nah, I want to directly help out coronavirus. I want to go give coronavirus money and be like, here's some money, use it to find a nice air-conditioned room and just float around in it. This is not my van. This is my buddy's home that I'm staying in. Who would win in a fight, Tony or Red Band? So Tony already said on a podcast called the Joe Rogan podcast that he defeated David Lucas in a wrestling match. So I would have to say that Tony Hinchcliffe has an advantage in terms of skill, and Red Band has an advantage in terms of size and weight. So I would say that I would like to bet on Tony because I'm a fan of skill over size, just as a small man myself. But you can never underestimate the panicky, furtive movements of a fat man under pressure. So I would say it's like pretty 50-50, you know, because Tony has that mentality of like, I deserve to win. But Red Band has that desire for pleasure and comfort that he knows will come from defeating his opponent and getting to eat more wonderful Korean food from his lovely girlfriend. Have you tried a flotation tank? No, I don't think I have. I think I had a dream about trying a flotation tank, but I don't think it actually ever happened. So it's just interesting. Yeah, I mean, I feel like I have. I act like I have, but I haven't actually done it. Yeah, and Red Band has been watching shit for a long time, but honestly, so has Tony. So it's a wash. So, why did you originally move to Austin? I was staying in Yuma, Arizona with my friend Rebecca, and she was like, well, I don't know where you should go after this, because I stayed with her for like a month, and then I was like, what is the next step in my life? I had to move on. And then I was like, where do I go? And then she was like, well, Austin's a really cool city. You should go there. If I were you, I'd go to Austin. That's what she suggested for me. And then I took that seriously. And I was also like, I already know LA. I've been to LA. I know what that's going to be like. It's going to be like whatever. And I've never been to Austin. I mean, I have been to Austin, but I haven't like done comedy in Austin for a long period of time. That's going to be a new adventure. And plus Joe Rogan's there. Tony Hinchcliffe, Kill Tony's there. Red Band is there. So I was like, Well, I know LA and I know what that's going to be like, which is fine. It's just open mics and just cool people. And, I already know everyone there or everyone I'm going to know there. Um, but Austin seemed like a cool new adventure, something that I haven't tried before. And also, I was like, well, if I don't like it, I live in a van. I can just leave. And so I was like, let's give it a shot. That was the mentality. It's like, this is a new thing. I want to try it out. I don't want to say that I wasn't there for Austin when its heyday, when it was like awesome. So this is a new experience. This is cool. So I wanted to give it a shot. And I know that everyone thinks they're going to move to Austin and become a regular on Kill Tony and start opening up for Joe Rogan, but that's just not how it works. It's just not. It's not going to happen for you or me or anyone. But yeah, I mean, I'd say it paid off. It was like a dream come true. I was like, when I was moving here, I was like, man, I really gotta temper my expectations because I don't want to just like be sad that I'm not gonna get to meet Joe Rogan when it's been like 7 months and I still haven't even got to suckle on his teats. But then it all happened. So what are you gonna do? Um, it was a pretty cool experience for me to come here and just have all my wildest dreams come true. The only thing that I wish would happen now is that I would become a legit headliner and be really good at comedy. So that's still in the works. I'm still working on that. That hasn't magically changed. So it's just weird. So yeah, that's what I moved here for, and now I'm staying here because it's been amazing to me, and now I'm gonna fucking stay here forever. Uh, do you think if you weren't working for Tony, if you had still be opening for Joe? Definitely not. Definitely not. Unless I did it some other way, but this was like the quickest, best way to get it. And I'm thankful that Peng Dang was such an Asian fuckhead that he opened the door for me. Yes, I'm gonna do the van tour soon. Would you hire writers? Depends. Depends, man. I kind of want to say what I want to say. I mean, I have plenty of stuff I want to say. If they can make that better, I'm sure I would take that advice. But I don't know. It just seems like I have to kind of do it on my own, or else it's not the same. What do you think about the racism towards white people? I mean, I think if we're going to create a new society, we don't want to do it on a foundation of racism. So it's like imperative that we start it out the right way by not being racist to white people. I do think that white people have committed the most crimes against humanity the most recently and got punished the least for it. So I think that there's a lot of resentment built up and a lot of arrogance amongst white people that white is right and they didn't do anything wrong. But I mean, there's a lot that was done wrong that needs to be accounted for and all that. But I don't think that yelling at white people is going to solve anything. I think that that white people, maybe they need to get roasted a little bit. Yeah, I'm generalizing white people. I mean, I just think that a lot of people are resentful towards white people because of the things that have happened. I think that racism against white people shouldn't be done, and we should account for the crimes of the past in a more equanimous, magnanimous way. And I think that there's a lot of white people who refuse to change the horrible things that are happening right now. And I think that's not all right. I think that there should be like a lot of stuff that changes. There are many heinous acts committed to the East from Western civilization. True, wild history. There's also a lot of shit that the Japanese did, where they raped and pillaged and fucking did all that shit to China and Korea and the Philippines. Mongols, Genghis Khan was pretty bad. Well, whatever, Japanese people, they were pretty humiliated after World War II. I think they learned their lesson. Europeans learned their lesson. they're like, holy shit, what the fuck was that? Let's not do that again. But I think Americans, it was sort of removed for them. They didn't really were like, oh shit, we should not do wars and exploit people and all that. I think that they were like, they did whatever. They didn't fix this shit after World War II. But yeah. Yeah, I just think that white people have done the most because there was just more people around later, and they did it more recently and got punished at least for it. So I think that's left a mark on white culture that is unseemly and, not that good. But I think that we need to help white people fix their shit if they'll accept us or if they even think they need to. Are white people suffering from success? Yeah, I mean, they all have anxiety and mental illness. Do you want to have children someday? Yes. You haven't witnessed racism until you've hung out on an Indian reservation. LOL. Open those little eyes. I got AIDS. So, I mean, I don't know. I think that racism against white people is ugly and gross, and I think that we shouldn't do it. I think that white people are in power right now, so there's going to be a lot of sniping. Like, if you're in power, like, well, don't expect to, like, just have it easy. There's people are going to, like, talk shit about you. Like, it's going to happen. And with great power comes great responsibility, and white people have to figure out how they're going to use that and use it for good instead of evil. I don't know if voting for Trump is a sign that white people in America are really sorry and that they're going to fix their ways. I think that's a sign that they might double down. So I don't think that's a good sign, but I mean, I don't hate white people. I love white people. It's just like, I think that there's a lot of bad things that are happening in white culture, but also a lot of good things happening at the same time. I mean, marijuana legalization and gay marriage, they're the future. They have free speech. They have individual rights. I think that's something that should be the future, and that they carry the torch for that, but they also have a lot of imperialism and colonialism in their culture. Anyways, white people, what is it? I think like individual white people are awesome. I think that, yeah, I don't know. White people. Someone did that. Someone made me answer that question. When did you get your first big laugh? I don't know. I always thought I was funny, which is probably not true. I was probably delusional from the beginning. Trump is so awesome and brave. I definitely prefer the new band. White people, what's your favorite pizza? I think the Trump movement was more representative, broken the establishment and populism. I think that's why Bernie was also at the same time as Republican primary just granted. I mean, I don't want to let Trump supporters off the hook. I don't think that was a very sane or kind thing to do to people. I think in the MAGA era actually made a lot of people on the right become less racist. I definitely don't think that's the case. I think that'd be nice to think. I think it's more wishful thinking. And I have been cheering you on since you started on KT. Thank you, white man. You are now not racist. I bless you with non-racism because I'm a minority, even though I'm basically white. Do you think trans women are women? I wish I was white so I could hate white people like how I want to hate white people. It's not like I hate white people as an other. I think that the whiteness is in me and I hate that part of myself or something like that. Has your family been supportive on your decision to pursue comedy? Yes. When is the next podcast with Riley and the boys? Probably when the next fucking whatever. Probably when the next pandemic lull comes into place, the next trough in the graph. Coordinated parents. I play a lot of Fortnite. How much planning goes into each week on Kill Tony? I write every day. I practice my bits. I used to practice my bit at open mics. I practice my bits. And then on the day of, I think about what I want to say. And then I pick the best thing to say the day of. It's just a general sort of anxiety that comes from Kill Tony. That's like, oh, I have to have a good set. Oh, come on. Don't be a loser. Don't bomb. Do really good. You got internalized whiteness. How about a Jeremiah Williams Hans podcast? Jeremiah Watkins, William Montgomery, Hans Kim podcast. I would love that. I don't really know Jeremiah, but William and I have been talking. Are you like skinny? No, in fact, they're the fattest part of my skinny little body. I have big old Korean thighs and calves. It's nice for a man, but as a woman, I think it'd be difficult. Yeah, I can't do open mics anymore. Give us an Asian impression. Oh, very, 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 very nice. I'm Asian. Oh, so Asian. Are you coming to Chicken Thai Express? I love chicken and I love Asia. Oh, I'm so Asian and so weak and so tiny and nobody respects me. Ho, 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 but it's okay because I'm a little cockroach. Who killed JFK? Probably the powers, the existing infrastructure. I always say that. Probably the people that wanted a constant war and shit. Do a white person impression, please. I already did that. Hi guys, I'm here for the barbecue. Do you guys have kebabs ready? I would love to try your chips. Oh my God, these are delectable. I can't believe you've been keeping this from me, Maria. Ha 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 ha. Whoa, I think I felt a little boner popping up. I don't have a Red Band or Tony impression. Where do you see your comedy career headed, or it becoming a headline the ceiling for you? Yeah, being a headliner is a ceiling for me, but luckily it's a very, very high ceiling. I mean, Joe Rogan is a headliner. He does stadiums and arenas. And yeah, that's a very high ceiling. That's a ceiling that not everyone gets to reach. And I hope one day to reach that ceiling, to be able to have an audience of millions of people and thousands, tens of thousands come out to see me in person in every city I travel to. Wow, amazing. Who wouldn't want that? I want that. Han's gay? Oh, okay. I'm gay. I'm gay because everything that is out there needs to be brought down with gayness. Can you do an impression? Where are your teddygrams? It's funny you should ask. They're always within reach. They've actually been gone off the shelves of H-E-B and Walmart for a while. And they've just come back. I think it's because of the strike. I hope that they got what they wanted, the strikers. I support the striking workers. I think that we need to get workers' rights to be awesome. And I think in America with workers' rights is awesome. How much can you deadlift? I've only been deadlifting 135 because I'm not really trying to max out. I'm just trying to work out, get my muscles moving and going, and I don't want to injure myself. That's my number one concern. Every time I work out, I'm trying not to injure myself. So I haven't been deadlifting a lot, but I bet my max right now is probably like 200 or something. It's not a lot. I'm a very weak little boy, but luckily I make up for it with my sexual stamina. My body mass index is pretty low. You could be Joe Coy if you hook up with Chelsea Handler. Do you still get nervous on stage all the time? Probably not as nervous as I did in the beginning. What's a sign of too much psychedelics? When you have a hard time engaging in reality, when you're not be able to function in society. But honestly, I don't really value functioning in society. Have you tried to sign up for AGT? Yeah, I actually did an audition for them. I got called back once, but didn't get the second call back. Having a God mentality is a sign of too many psychedelics. Yeah, I mean, it's manifests itself in very different ways. It depends on who you are as a person and uh, what a lot of different things. Um, Asians Got Talent. Got Talent España. It's the next podcast with Riley and the boys. I don't know. Really depends on them and me. I love Portland, Oregon. It's a city that stood up for itself, and I respect that. Are you still doing a white boy impression, or is that over? Yeah, I mean, I'm doing a white person impression all the time. My life is lived as a white man. How would you change this live chat setup if you could? The setup? I don't know. I would like to simultaneously stream on Twitch and YouTube and Instagram. I would just like to put it all out there because honestly, the skin doesn't matter. What matters is the people and talking to them. What I would change is that I would have like a list of questions, and whenever I ran out of things to talk about, I could just look at the list. And then like there'd be upvotes or people who like have the best questions would be voted to the top. Oh, I'm Ari. I'm racist and I say the shocking things all the time. You can do that. I'm pretty sure it's called simulcast. I think it's like recast or something. Asians. What do Asians think about me? I really don't know. I haven't really heard a lot. I've heard from individual Asians every now and then, the smattering of Asians. But I think Asians as a monolith are, they're very like all together. They either love you or hate you. So I haven't, like it's bipolar. Like right now they haven't really picked up on me, which I'm happy for. I don't really need them right now. I'm sure I will in the future when I'm touring and I want them to come out. I think it'd be great to have them out. But I honestly don't think that their culture is very rich or nuanced, and I don't know how they'll take me. So I don't really make any forays into that audience. I think that Asians are very difficult. Some of them are like woke liberals who can't take a joke, but who I agree with politically. And then others are just like all Asian and like they're not. I don't know. They're not a part of Western culture in a significant way. Asian Americans, I think, are very neurotic and sort of Jewishy. They're like, I don't know. That joke seems problematic. So I don't need that voice in my life. I think that rather than censor and curtail every little individual thought and emotion that you have, it's better to get it all out there and find out where the root of that problem is coming from. Yeah, I'm not a trans woman. Am Asian. You're hippons. What's Black Israelites say about Asians? I think Black Israelites have kind of forgotten about us. Andrew Wong, thank you for the Australian money. I'm sorry if I offended anything I said about Asians offended you, but I love Asians. It's just I don't know, they're very insular. They don't really express themselves, and that's not a very good comedy audience. But yeah, I mean, I love Asians, and I think that we're powerful and awesome, and I just haven't really talked to them that much. So I guess I have the white person's impression of Asians. But I think that Asians can be great, and I think that I'm excited to perform for Asians because I'm sure that like a lot of things that I do that I thought were weird are like actually just Asian things, and that they'll understand me in a deeper way than other audiences can. So I really respect Asian shit or whatever. So yeah, I'm probably gonna eat right now and have a good time. So thank you for tuning in, and I hope that we can all, catch up and hang out and do stuff. I'm going to Dallas. I'm going to Houston. So if you're in those cities, please come out to the stand-up shows. Why do you think there are different races of people? Because we all grew up in different areas of the globe and we were adapted to survive in that different climate or whatever. What are your thoughts on the difference between people raised in cold climates versus hot situations? Seattle, now Texas. Yeah, I mean, it's different. I think culturally we're all the same because we all got the same YouTube and all that. Is meeting Kim Jong-un something you really want to do? I don't really want to meet Kim Jong-un. I don't know how much I can learn from him. I mean, it'd be cool to learn how to like run a country. But thank you guys, and if you're in Houston or if you're in Dallas, please come out. If you're in Austin, please come out to Other People on Sunday 6 at Creek in the Cave. Yeah, I'll post a link tree to all my tour dates and everything. Thank you. Love you.